What are we gonna get? What are we going to get? Come on. I don't know if you guys heard, but there is some whispers. There are some whispers on the wind that immortality is coming very soon. Be excited, at least if you're me. Okay, two big leaders here. Fourth position is fun. Paul and Helena also. Leto, I'm not going to pick Yuna. Shuttle Fleet, Sonic Snoopers, Mimic Film, and ooh, okay, yeah, we're picking Helena with a Gurney Halleck available, I think. We don't want the big boys, the Tessias and the Barons of the world, to get the firm grip, but well, I would just rather have Gurney than firm grip. If my hand is bad enough, and I also have the ring, I say bad enough. If my persuasion is bad enough, and I also have the ring, I'll consider ringing the firm grip, because it's a very dangerous card in the hands of those two leaders. But also, look here. We have the three faction racers in the game. So I don't really feel that being one of those leaders myself is all that good. The lane is taken, essentially. What other lanes are available? Well, Paul can do anything but likes to get a little bit of deck building going, but he's preyed on by Helena, who can steal the nice cards from him. And then Yuna does her own thing, but not in fourth position for the most part. She can do okay in fourth position, but generally it's not advised. So I think Helena is actually the correct pick here. You can argue that Baron and Tessia are corrector picks, or even Leto. Leto, who plays better from fourth position. But there's only so many alliances in the game. And with these leaders in the game, it's unlikely that any one of them is going to get two or more. Or maybe one will get two, but nobody's getting three alliances with this leader set. Now, the problem is, shipping is going to be something that I'm not going to have access to. These guys are going to be all over the shipping track for the most part, and I'm probably not going to get a chance to have it. I am putting together a playlist of music that I can play like lightly in the background during these videos, make it a little bit more easier to listen to, perhaps, and watch, that don't have a copyright strike or something on them. Currently, we're looking mostly at classical music, some Mozart, some Beethoven, stuff like that, but might expand into other things that I think are unlikely to be copyrighted. Yuna in first position. That seems pretty smart. I probably would have preferred Leto, but Yuna is strong there. And honestly, she likes the firm grip if she can reveal for it before Baron does. No ring is unfortunate, though. That is unfortunate. We have the ability to Wealth Mentat, but Wealth Mentat is dangerous when you see these circumstances. Let's see what happens. This is a very strong combat. Yuna kind of has to hardy, but she can't hardy because she's Yuna. So this is actually very catastrophic, because what it means is one of these two players is going to get hardy warriors. Whoever gets the hardy warriors, probably Tessia, because she's sitting in front of Baron, is going to get interstellar shipping very, very quickly, and it's going to be a big problem. In general, I'm more scared of Tessia here than Baron, because both of them are going to have two on guild, but Tessia is going to go before Baron every single round. So that's kind of the threat we need to assess. So Yuna does her best to block by going fold space. She can't go hardy, so that's the best she can do. Which I admire, because Yuna's best plays are wealth and smuggling. And it's not really super close. Next hand, Seek Allies, Signet Ring, Reconnaissance, Dune Desert, Planet Dagger. One of everything. It's only 2 Persuasion plus a ring. It's not great. Yeah, Hardy Warriors. No surprise there. Tessia is now the favorite to win the game. We have to try to stop her. Mimic Film is worth looking at. If I went Imperial Basin, Tech Negotiation, bought Mimic Film, I would be able to buy Gurney. Although I don't know that it's worth putting that much effort into that. to be honest. Baron goes smuggling because his 2 spaces are blocked. I think we just Wealth Mentat here. I think it's not that complicated. We have the chance to draw into our ring. We have the chance to draw into Seek Allies, and we improve the next hand. And we improve our Persuasion. So... And if we decide not to Mentat, if we decide to go like Wealth Tech Negotiation, which we can't be blocked from, then we'll have 6 Persuasion, which the other leaders are unlikely to have. And then we get Gurney. So, honestly, Wealth Tech Negotiation might be the stronger play overall. And now, as I'm thinking about it, maybe we should have gone Still Suits Tech Negotiation, because Still Suits would allow us to deploy to the combat. I don't love doing that when every other leader has an agent action, though, and we know we're not going to get first. So let's see what they do. We can always throw in some extra troops later if we really want to. The advantage of Mentat, I suppose, is that it gives us the Gurney sooner. The problem is that, again, 40% of our hand doesn't have Persuasion, so Wealth Mentat could backfire. But the only time that it really backfires, as far as I can tell, is when we go, if we draw the Seek Allies. Because if we draw the Seek Allies, then now we genuinely cannot get to 6 Persuasion. Imperial Basin. Buys Intrigue. Probably deploys a troop. Yeah, I'd like to kind of put the kibosh on that. Let's do... If we go to Tech Negotiation, we get some progress towards the Mnemonic Film, which is good. I think Mentat is also good. We can infiltrate cities if we draw into Reconnaissance. So let's think about this. What happens if we Wealth Mentat and we draw into, like, Reconnaissance? Because I don't think I want to cost myself Gurney here. I think, actually, Tech Negotiation is just a better play. Because, yeah, if I draw a dagger, I go Tech Negotiation. But there's only one dagger. I guess Signet Ring would have the same effect. Let's see what happens. Looks like we're going to get Gurney without the ring. Oh, Firm Grip goes. That's scary. If Tessia gets that, it's going to be a big problem. Okay, she doesn't get it. She got a Spice Hunter. Bashar is interesting. I'll give it that. I don't think it's far from... Okay, none of these guys have Persuasion, so... I think everyone but me had 2 daggers, which is kind of funny. Should we get the Firm Grip here just to keep it, like, play keep away on it? We already have 1 bump with the Emperor. It's not a crazy thing to think about. But Gurney is just a better card, is the thing. And he's one of the best cards for Helena, so I think we take Gurney. So we do need to be, cognizant here that Baron's next hand has a convincing, diplomacy, seek allies. So he's got double faction next time. So Tessie is definitely getting the better of Baron at the moment. Although the fact that the spaces were blocked didn't matter to Baron because he didn't have faction anyway. We have our ring now. We can pick up the Firm Grip with the ring. So, therefore, yeah. So that's made baking up Gurney the better play because now we can just kind of block. Tessie is going to get Interstellar. We don't like it, but we can't stop it. Guild Bank Rate is good, though. The problem is that Baron's going to go Hardy here, so we're not going to get a chance to take advantage of that, I think. Yeah. Bummer. Well, getting a second in this wouldn't be bad. If we can do it at an affordable rate. So first action, we want to go probably to smuggling and set aside the Firm Grip, I think. And then we probably pick up the Mnemonic Film after that. That way we can afford the grip. Could play Seek Allies, but it's a little bit awkward. Could also Mentat. I kind of like Mentat here, actually. Mentat, you know, could draw us into Gurney. It's going to improve our persuasion for the firm grip. And it gives us a chance to get back into the combat. And keeping this away from Baron and Tessie is very important. If we draw any persuasion at all off of Mentat, we can play the Seek Allies. Which, you know, there's a 5 and 6 chance that we do draw persuasion. If we draw Gurney, then we play Gurney, but that's a different story. If we play Gurney, I'll be very happy with that over playing the Seek Allies. And who knows, maybe he delivers us more persuasion off the card draw. So I think Mentat is the play here. Convincing. Okay. So we have the firm grip now, and we can play the Seek Allies. And we're guaranteed Gurney next round. Probably want to seek to Still Suits if it's available. Because Tessie is not even in the combat. We don't have to seek allies. If Still Suits gets taken, we can go to a city. Puts 1 troop in. How many daggers does she have? 1. She has 1 dagger, exactly. So, if we put in 2 troops, we do get the 2nd place reward. Is this better than the firm grip? I mean... Okay, well, we're not going to get a choice. It doesn't go to us. Oh, okay, he picks up Bashar. I wasn't expecting that. Well, we definitely go Still Suits here. And I think we deploy 2. Yuna will still get to 8. And she will get Swordmaster. I don't care, though. Because I can infiltrate it. Now, she may have an intrigue card here. She went to Carthage, so if she wants to do something like that, she can. We'll get most of our troops back with Gurney, so I don't care that much. Okay, so no Siege Reverend Mother for me after all. Thufir, I would consider buying over Firm Grip, but I don't have a choice. I'm 1 short of that, so we'll pick up the Firm Grip. Now we have enough for Research Station if we need it later. Which there's enough good cards here that we would consider that for sure. So round 3 Gurney. It's not the craziest combat ever, to be honest. But hey, maybe it gets us a shuttle fleet or something. So Baron actually does get Swordmaster before that. So we get Swordmaster 2 if we want it. Instead, we could go to Haga Basin. Haga Basin takes us to 4 Spice. We have 1 Negotiator. We could pick up a shuttle fleet. That sounds really good, actually. The only problem is it costs us the ability to play Gurney. So I don't think we want to do that. I think we just want to smuggle down. It's good to be Helena. Somebody's going to grab this Haga Basin. Although, really, the only person that can is Yuna. So maybe not. I think that'll be her next action, though. The round 2 Guild Bank Raid is kind of throwing the Swordmaster game into a weird spot. It definitely benefits me, because if everybody has money, everyone's blocking me, and then Helena can kind of do her thing. Okay, so there's the water from Tessia, and also the Mimic Film. Mimic Quarters is pretty frightening. And it's Baron's turn. So, yeah, okay. I guess that's how that goes sometimes. Yep. Well, okay. All I can say is I'm glad he didn't get the firm grip. We could actually pay for Gurney here. I don't think it's the right way to use him, but we could do it. Having the Swordmaster is going to be really helpful because, like, it makes Firm Grip much more efficient to play. You hate to get Firm Grip and then be locked out of this Swordmaster. Yuna did end up going back to the Haga Basin. Let's see what Tessia does. This is just not that useful at combat. If I play Gurney, the problem is... Okay. Wasn't expecting that, I'm going to be honest. I didn't think that that would be worth it to her. Well, I could go to Fold Space instead of playing Gurney. I don't think that's necessary. We have a Firm Grip. Why do we want to add Fold Space to our deck? Let's, what if we Research Station? That doesn't seem good. I think we want to go to Arakeen and increase our odds of drawing back up to 5 Persuasion. We have a 0, a 0, a 1, a 1, a 1, a 2. It's quite possible. Sweet. We could actually hit the Treachery, which would be probably even better. We don't want to put 4 in, because we have no daggers. But... probably 2 is good. Now we're guaranteed the Firm Grip next round. Tessie is 1 short. I wonder where Baron's at. Tessie had the film. If she didn't get... I'm thinking here. I mean, Firm Grip plus Treachery would allow us to pressure factions really hard. I think that's probably what we ought to do. Because like, if we want Thufir next round, we can just ring him, you know? Oh, embedded agent. It's too bad I don't have any BG stuff. Okay. So... I think we probably ought to open with Firm Grip here. Alternatively, nobody has 2 water, so we can hit Great Flat pretty consistently. Let's do this. Because I do think there's a possibility that, like... Oh, she's going to pick up the shuttle fleet. Okay. Bummer. Holtzman engine, though. Okay, hold on. We're still good. Chat, we're still good. Trade Monopoly, too. It's good. It's good combat. Not really seeing a whole lot of points come up, which I guess is good for slowing down the racers. It's all been economic value. Tessia picks up her Sword Master. Okay, so it's a little bit awkward, right? Because Yuna... Why didn't Yuna pick up her Sword Master? That's weird to me. You could have blocked Tessia. And it's good for you, that notwithstanding. I can actually get Holtzman just by going to Imperial Basin. I don't even have to go to Great Flat. So I think that's what I ought to do. I gotta go to Great Flat, or I gotta go to Imperial Basin, and then has anyone bought any BG cards besides me? I haven't bought any, but has anybody bought any? Technically, Tessia has Weirding Way, so we do have to be a little. Yeah, Teacher of Mother. Okay, we probably ought to ring the Embedded Agent, even though we're not gonna get it. High Council's interesting. Is that worth changing my play for High Council? I don't think so. I think what we want to do is this. Nobody's in the combat, but they're probably going to be. It's not a bad combat just to participate in, but I'm just gonna stay out for now. I think we pick up Holtzman. Honestly, we could buy Holtzman in a Dread. I don't know how useful that is. I mean, we would definitely be good at combats with Gurney and a Dreadnought and Treachery. But I think... I mean, this Persuasion doesn't matter. We can get Holtzman from Dreadnought space. It's just that then we don't have the Solari to go High Council. And we want High Council because we're buying Holtzman. So I think we still need to go to Tech Negotiation. Even though a Dreadnought is appealing. Yuna doesn't fight in the combat, so we could have put a troop in and gotten value. Oh well. Tessia is on an absolute blitz with these snoopers. It's round 4 and she only has one left. I think Baron's trying to decide if he wants to fight Tessia on Fremit or not. Baron goes High Council. Okay. A lot of Solari in this game. It makes some sense. So, technically we could go to 3 Persuasion by taking Dagger to Tech Negotiation. I don't really want to do that. I am just going to block off the Embedded Agent. Buy the Holtzman. Do we pick up a Liaison here? I don't think we do. I know that we want Spicemus Flows, but our existing deck is so strong that we don't want to dilute it. Like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards. We don't want to go to 13 cards with a liaison. I really don't think so. What? Oh, landing rights. Okay, yeah. Well, nobody deployed to the combat, so yeah, I guess she should. Carthag. Looks like Baron's gonna win this one. I'm less concerned about Baron based on the Swordmaster order. Or not Swordmaster, the Interstellar Shipping order. But at the same time, he did get it this round, even though he's behind Tessia, because Tessia went for Swordmaster. Because Yuna didn't go for Swordmaster. And he's also got a Mimic Quarters. So really, he may be the long-term bigger threat. He's at 4 intrigues. We will steal if we get a chance next round. I don't think that will happen, because he's probably got a combat card. But let's wait and see. Double Worm Riders if somebody feels like getting aggressive. They haven't really been doing a whole lot of deck building, honestly. I'm the only one that has good cards, right? I mean, I guess Yuna has a Thufir. But that's about it. Just teach her mother for Yuna. So Yuna has a decent deck, but the others do not. Baron buys Ixen Engineer. We need to keep note of that. Baron's going to play an intrigue card here, I'm fairly confident. I guess Tessia puts him in an awkward position, because now, if he has an ambush, he plays it to get his hand off of 4 intrigue cards, but then he still doesn't win the combat. And second will take him to 5 intrigue cards, which is really not what he wants. Okay, there we go. 2 tacticians. That works very well for him. Works very well for him. Treachery on... Oh, no. I was about to say Treachery on deck, but Holtzman did me a favor. While I wouldn't buy a Liaison, I would buy a Stilgar, otherwise known as a super souped-up Liaison. High Council. Good thing we can infiltrate it. Don't let Baron get Interstellar Tessia. I would not approve of that. Terrible Purpose. We're going to win this one, which is nice. And the trash is good, too. We'll trash a dagger. We don't need to rush the High Council. I don't think we want to play the Treachery here. We ought to pick up the Great Flat, honestly. Because now Tessia has 2 water. We do have to be concerned that Tessia still has a Snooper on Emperor, so we may not get the Alliance. We could play Treachery to Wealth, though, and that would allow us the ability to hard buy as troop transports. You don't see that very often. Just go ahead and do this. You don't want to deploy here because I have so much deployment I'm already going to get. But yeah, we could lock in Emperor Alliance using Treachery if we wanted to. And then that would allow us to reveal the Firm Grip for Spice Must Flows. It seems like actually a pretty good idea. But let's play Gurney first and see where we go from there. I guess that's the problem, is that we can't Gurney High Council plus play Treachery. It doesn't work that way. Disposal's interesting, but it's too late for that tech. Where are we playing Gurney to? Arakeen if we want to buy an SMF. I don't know that we do. Carthag is better in general. Siege Tabor loads up the next research station. I think Siege Tabor is probably the best of them. Round 5 is not too early for SMFs, though. Snoopers. Okay, he's got his third tech. Artillery. Oh, we can't go. We can't go to Siege Tabor. We don't have the Fremen. Okay, so Carthag. Chom shares is actually really good. This is too much because we're gonna get 2 troops no matter what. So let's keep 2 in the garrison. Yeah, Chom shares is really good though. Una goes ahead and takes Fremen Alliance. What'd she play to get there? Just diplomacy. Siege River Mother. So we're either high counseling or we're playing diplomacy. Playing diplomacy might be better given that we have a Chom shares now. But if we want to get the Holtzman point, I don't think we can do it without high council. We'll have to get more Solari from the shipping track later or something like that. Or we can go Conspire with all of our... Yeah, Conspire's not bad, actually. If we go Treasury, Conspire... Locks in the Emperor Alliance. Gives us money to use Firm Grip with later. Or just reveal it. Hard to say. Or we could diplomacy to Conspire instead. Save the Treachery for a future play. I think I like that a little better. But if I do that, I can't buy Stilgar. Strong Arm. Okay. Good card, but not on this action. I mean... If Tessia really threatens it hard, I can use it later, but this is not when we want a strong arm. So we either get Chani or Stilgar, and I'm happy with either of them. Yeah, we're getting Chani. Oh, no. She goes Worm Riders. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. She's got the Fremen Alliance. What are we trashing? I think it's just a dagger. Yeah, just a dagger. Improve our persuasion. It's another advantage of playing the Treachery is that now we get rid of a 0 persuasion card in our deck. We're sitting at 11. I don't think we're losing this combat. The advantage of Chani is she's half a research station refund. But Stilgar is just better. I mean, 3 daggers on reveal is kind of great, you know. And as long as we play him once, we got the same thing we would have gotten from Chani. This would be a good game for spy satellites. We have 6 in garrison right now. We are very well positioned for the late game combats. Oh, okay. Baron might take the Stilgar. Nope. He's going for the SMF. Better play. We kind of need to start buying SMFs like next round, basically. Back down to a 12-card deck. Stilgar, Gurney, Firm Grip. Being the all-stars. Tessie is probably also getting a SMF. Yes. 3 daggers, too, means that she's not that far away from the combat. Which would be a really big problem, actually, if she took this. Depending on what her intrigue cards are, she's actually an ambush away from taking it. Doesn't have it. Welcome back, Gurney Halleck. Oh yeah, this Firm Grip reveals for 4. Man, let's go. Honestly, I think it's better to reveal it because we need our Solari for the Chome shares. I guess we do reinforce Emperor by playing it, but the issue is I don't know how many more rounds the game is going to have. With Tessie, you can never count on the game going to round 8. I probably want to ring away the worms. We don't want Yuna to end up with 2 of those. That would screw up our combat dominance pretty badly. Playing the Firm Grip is a point, though, is the thing. Because we're not getting the faction in other ways. I mean, what we really need is somebody to reveal it's not Sonic Snoopers, Spy Satellites. The Baron does have a point on Ixion Engineer that he just needs to draw into. It's in his discard pile, but we think he's going to get it before the end of the game. And he's about to get troop transports, most likely, off of Interstellar Shipping. Goes to smuggling instead. That's a bit odd. Maybe he needed the Solari. Buys artillery, so now he can use the snoopers. Not spy sats, unfortunately. Okay, so what are we doing here? We just play Gurney to draw. There's our diplomacy, what we need. The strong arm is great because we have so much extra troop. Lagresse. Didn't draw Stilgar, but diplomacy is good enough. Chome shares is 7, which means we have enough for High Council plus Chome shares now. I think we want a Firm Grip High Council. No, we can't. If we do that, we don't get the SMF. We cannot do that. Play the diplomacy first, I guess. If we went to Fold Space and we strong-armed, we could potentially get the Guild Alliance. But it would be a while. We do this, we get on a 9. Would help us draw back into Firm Grip and back into... I think the Intrigue card's worth more. Ambush. Okay. Very good to have. Would prefer to save it for next round, though. Garrison. Aaron is 3 ahead of us now. How did he get so many troops in? Troop transports. Oh, plus he played the Intrigue card. It still suits. So it gave him an extra deployment. Technically, we're going to jump ahead of him with Ambush, but it's really close. Too close for comfort, I think. We can see his last action, though. If we take Firm Grip to High Council, we basically go down to Persuasion. And that takes us away from the SMF. It's not good. It's not what we want. In a normal game without a Holtzman engine, that would be fine, but not here. Ugh. He might beat us here anyway. I mean, I don't know that we can make up the gap on this one. We could Mentat. If we draw into Stilgar off a Mentat, then we could still win it. But then we're costing ourselves Solari, but who cares? We did not draw into Stilgar. At least now we have the freedom to go to a city if we want to. He doesn't have detonation devices, does he? No. But he has Snoopers still, and he has artillery, so we need to be careful. We'll see his reveal before we make a decision. Which is the nice thing about going Mentat. Interesting. Good, but not for me. I see it as 7. Is Baron... He's not really... Well, he probably does get the Mimic Quarters eventually. If the game goes long enough. He's not getting it right now. No daggers in hand. Okay. Does he use Snoopers? Goes to 2 water. He doesn't use Snoopers. We have a Persuasion to spare. I think we do want to go to Carthag. Bypass Protocol. You are not a good card. You are just not a good card. Put aside the opulence, I guess. Okay. So we can deploy 3 units here. That would allow us to win with an ambush, but is it worth it? Let's go... There's a 2-point combat soon. We don't want to be fighting. The entry card is fine. The extra troop in the garrison is fine. But that's not... We don't want any of that. We do have to play this bypass protocol if we don't want to get stolen from, though. Or we can play our chum shares. Honestly, let's just play the chum shares. I just don't want to add more crap to my deck. Stage an incident? Nope. Okay, that was weird. I don't know why she did that. One other benefit of saving for the next round is that Baron's Dread is gone. Secret Forces. Ouch. Okay. It's not rewarding me for my decisions, is it? Dread Diplomacy. Holtzman, you're awesome. We don't have Research Station, though, so this is going to get ugly. Grand Vision. Ugh. Game goes to round 8, probably. What we want right now is a selective breeding, probably. Steel Guard, Steel Suits sets up Research Station, but we don't have the access. So what we have to do, I think, we could Mentat on the theory that we're not getting. Well, no, I guess we want a Firm Grip, right? The game's going another round. We want to secure this alliance. And also, we want to get the guild bump, I think. Or we could start chasing on BG, actually. Let's do this. This is the safer play. And it's an easier alliance to get. And we block Tessia from going there to use her snooper, which is the main reason I'm doing it. With the Grand Vision in play, reinforcing your alliance is necessary. The Spice Must Flow, actually, if we don't do anything else, does give us Highliner next round. It's relevant. I mean, I can probably win this combat without too much difficulty. That would get me to 9. I mean, if I win the combat plus go to Still Suits... No, it doesn't work. Yeah, no, it does. If I win the combat plus go to Still Suits, I win the game. No next round required. No Holtzman point required. Yeah, maybe we just take Diplomacy to Still Suits. See, this is good because it's inefficient. Baron is putting Baron away from Mimic Quarters, and he's probably not going to steal this alliance. I already played the Strong Arm, so, you know their ways, quid pro quo are kind of his options there. So, Let's go still suits. Right? It's a point. We have 4 daggers in hand and 4 more from the ambush. Yuna actually does want this combat pretty bad. Okay. I didn't see the Highliner coming. I thought she was going to save for next round. But technically, we still have an advantage on her here. Like, we have more force than her in this combat. Stilgar generates 3 daggers on reveal. If we play him to a city, he generates more than that. What we ought to do is take him to... If we drew Gurney, we would definitely win the combat. Either to Carthag or Arakeen. I'm not sure which one. Sleeper must awaken? No, Weirding Way. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Selective breeding, question mark? No, conspire. She's going to conspire, I think. Carthag or Arakeen here? Gurney's the only card that helps in combat. There's only 1/6 chance of drawing him. So I think it's... Okay, she has selective breeding. She just doesn't want me to steal her alliance, basically. She's... Or... Well, I don't think... I don't know what she's doing. Maybe she's trying to get SMF. Because I don't think it looks realistic for me to steal her alliance anyway. One thing I can say is that we're going to win this game because if we don't win this combat, we have Highliner for next combat. And a Holtzman engine point, probably. We take Stilgar to Carthag. If we have to spin the bypass protocol in order to prevent theft, then that's what we're going to do. Baron should be at 7 because he hasn't used his engineer yet, but it's sitting in his hand, most likely. Certainly after a research station it is. Stilgar will also set us up for the next research station next round, which pretty much guarantees the Holtzman. So let's go here. Refocus. Go ahead. Convincing doesn't do anything. Do that. Should have saved it, I guess. Played the bypass instead. But there was a chance to draw a Gurney, so I thought it was worth trying. Now, Yuna has 3 intrigues, so it is definitely possible for us to lose this combat. I guess the refocus does make the next hand a little bit better, because this is not an impressive hand besides the Gurney, so, you know... We do get the chance to shuffle, drop back into Firm Grip or Stilgar, which is nice. And actually, we need access to Guild if we even want a Highliner, so that's another thing that's going to be useful for, potentially. So Baron and Tessie have to hope that Yuna can beat me in this combat. Which, to be fair, she probably can. I have 1 relevant card, but Yuna has 3 cards in hand. Do you have the stage incident, Baron? You go to 7. Oh, you're going to go to more than that. You're going to go to 8 off of the BG track. Actually, he can deploy those troops. Takes him to 12, so maybe he wins the combat. Yeah. Troop transports is annoying, but I still have more than him. I don't care, unless he's got more combat cards. But he played 2 of them already, but that doesn't necessarily... I mean, if you guys have seen my tournament games, you know that doesn't necessarily mean anything. He's dumping the snoopers to look for more of them. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. This is a reveal turn, though, so this may be his last chance to play some of these things. Not good. I think we just ought to play bypass, honestly. Get it out of our hand. One dagger. Oh, and Thufir. Oh, Thufir. Just brutal. I think Yuna's going to win this one, because there's no way she doesn't have the combat juice. Let's see what happens. Baron has to play first. But he won't, because he's ahead. I can't really let Baron win this, though, so I feel like I have to play my ambush. Okay, so she drew a glimpse. It's not a combat card. How much combat, like... has been played in general? 1, 2, 3. I'll count that one. Only like 3 cards. They're definitely out there. I know I have an ambush myself. Tessia buys another SMF. I was confident, but things are starting to narrow down here. Baron shouldn't really play a card here. But if I pass, then he wins the combat. That's really bad, so I have to play it. I mean, sure, Yuna will have something, but we can't rely on that. Okay. That's good. I mean, honestly, Yuna's the person I want to win this, but if I can't win this, then it should be Baron. Or it should be Yuna, not Baron, sorry. I don't think he can bridge that gap. He's gonna get 7 daggers. Pulls troops out. Okay. Yeah. This is 3rd Master Tactician, by the way. He's gonna get his Dreadnought back, which is not good. Maybe we should have used the ambush last round. I mean, if we used the ambush last round, wouldn't I be at 10 right now? But I mean, who could have guessed Grand Vision was going to come up? Secrets of Sisterhood is not useful. And Economic Supremacy is not that useful. We don't have Guild. So it's a lot of problems here. I think what we do is we take Gurney to Research Station to try to brute force the issue. We're almost certainly going to get... Oh, come on. We're almost certainly going to get at least 2nd. So that would get us to 10. At that point, we have to worry about Baron having Mimic Orders. Yuna plays defense. We drew into the Highliner, so it just depends on if Baron has it or not. Which it looks like he does, based on his discard pile, which is a real bummer. Because he needs that faction bump for his Mimic Quarters point too, so he's definitely going to go there. We have the SMF, which means that we're at 11 right now. Stilgar takes us to 7 in the combat. Probably want a Mentat. But why? There's something not necessary to draw. I mean, we want a Highliner. Just it's not going to happen, yeah. The good news is Baron doesn't really have resources to spend here. Can't Highliner, so what do we want to do with our diplomacy? Oh, there's a flagship. Okay. Hold the phones, guys. That's what we want to do. If we go to Dreadnought, we have an extra bit of force to use. So now we're at 12. It's going to be tough for Baron to beat that. Without a plans within plans. Somebody bought Reverend Mama, didn't they? Mohayim? Yuna did. Does she have any BG cards in play? If she does, we need to reveal early. She doesn't. It's in her discard pile anyway. So Baron's gonna probably take Solari here. That's another point for him. He doesn't. Okay, so we have to block... Well, he might have the freighter fleet. No, he doesn't. We might have to block smuggling, then. I mean, we can't let him have the smuggling, right? It's just too stupid to let him do that. Even if I want to put my Dreadnought in. But I mean, if Baron goes up 1 point and I go up 1 point. But I mean, if he uses his troop transports, that's just a huge problem. Maybe the play for him is actually selective breeding. Because it gives him 1 bump on BG, and then he uses the track to get the bump on Emperor. But I can't block that. I used all my spice. So maybe we just go for this second place point here. Go to Carthage. I think selective breeding is his play. Although he did just play his diplomacy, so maybe I'm overthinking it and I should have blocked smuggling. But, like, he's going to win the combat. That doesn't really matter. Like, I'm at 12. I still don't think he can make up that difference. Maybe if he has the perfect entry cards, sure, but... I don't think so. Okay, he does go to smuggling. Bummer. Okay. Well, he doesn't get the Mimic Quarters unless he's got an intrigue for that still. We already knew he was going to win the combat, so the troop transports doesn't matter. The spend for the point does matter, though. He can't have Seekers of Sisterhood, so I just think yeah, so unless he has Demand Respect, he's not getting it. Okay. So we buy an SMF. Go to 12 points. 13 if we come in second, which seems likely. 12 daggers. Oh my god. Okay, just kidding. Holy crap, Una. Maybe we should have blocked smuggling after all. So we're only at 12. So if Baron can get to 12 specifically, or maybe 13, then we've made the wrong play. We'll see. What I should have done is I should have looked and said, does this guy have any BG access? Because if he doesn't, then we need to block smuggling, right? Oh my god. Wait, what? That's not Mimic Orders. Should have gone down with Fremen and up on BG. What's the point of getting extra troops? Oh my god, he's got Demand Respect. He's got Demand Respect. The bastard. One from Private Army. Beautiful. Come on, don't have a combat card, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't have Demand Respect and a combat card, right? That's implausible. He doesn't have it. Grand Conspiracy? We win. 2 points ahead. So if he did get the Demand Respect off, if he did get the Demand Respect off, he would have beaten me on Spice Tiebreaker by 1 spice. Actually, no, he wouldn't have, because he would have to spend 2 spice, and then I would have beaten him on Spice Tiebreaker. Although he was going to spend spice for the combat, so he would have gone to 11. He would have gone to 11 with 1 spice, less than me. If he had Demand Respect, then he uses it to go up on BG. But no, he doesn't get the Mimic Orders now because of the way he finessed. So even that doesn't win it for him. So even if he wins the combat, he still doesn't beat me, I don't think. Did he get a Grand Conspiracy point? No. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So great. So hold on. So let's think about this. So combat for him would have been 2 points. So a net increase of 1 from where he's at now. So it would have been 11. But down 4 spice. If instead of spending spice for the combat, he had spent spice for Demand Respect, then he goes to 12. Wait, he goes to 11, and then he goes to 12 by stealing my alliance, and then he wins the game. He does win in that situation. But he didn't respond to my message, so we won't know if he had Demand Respect. Yeah, we won't know if he had Demand Respect. I mean, his play here doesn't make any sense unless he had that card. Yes, that's not true. If he says, well, if he is not thinking about the Mimic Orders and he's like, well, you know, I want to get something from my finesse. But why, though? Why not play the finesse in the combat? The only reason that makes sense is if he's going to Demand Respect me, I think. So I guess I should have counted his cards, and I should have gone to smuggling instead of Carthag. Because he doesn't have any other BG access in his deck. He just doesn't have it. So being like, oh, well, he gets Mimic Orders if he goes Selective Breeding. Well, sure, but he can't do that. So block the smuggling. That way we block the 6 strength in the combat. Una gets to win the combat instead of Baron. We foreclose the possibility of Demand Respect. But we had no idea that Una was going to reveal that many daggers, right? We thought we were going to get second in the combat. But, again, if I'm counting cards, I know that Una has 2 Worm Riders. So that's another error. But, in spite of those errors, we were still able to win. And that's because Helena is genuinely a very strong leader. Holtzman was beautiful. Gave me basically like 3 points. Flagship was awesome. Gave me a point. MVP card of the game has got to be Gurney Halleck. You could argue that it's Firm Grip because Firm Grip helped us with the SMFs, helped us with our faction bumps. It was a very useful card here. The fact that we could get Gurney organically in round 1 without using our ring, and then allowed us to get the Firm Grip with our ring later, was kind of awesome. I think that Tessia and Baron misplayed because they did not put enough weight on getting the Firm Grip, which is a devastatingly powerful card for those two leaders. So, well, but they just didn't have any persuasion, though. Round 1, they each revealed for 2 persuasion. So, I don't know. That's enough talking anyway. Good game. I'm happy to have played it. Helena is consistently one of the most fun leaders in the game. She's second only to Armand, probably. And this is our point breakdown. Despite the fact that we had Gurney, our only actual combat point was Terrible Purpose. So maybe it really was Firm Grip. I don't know. Terrible Purpose, 1 alliance, 4 points from tracks, 2 SMFs, Chome shares. Yeah, you know what? I think it was Firm Grip this game, actually. Because Gurney just didn't really end up winning us that many points. The Terrible Purpose was fine, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it out at that. You guys have a good day.